Hi, I'm Tat. I'm Chief Engineer of Analog Synthesizers at Korg, and I've been involved in all of our analog synths since 2009 actually, when the very small $50 Monotron came out. And since then we've been we've re-released the MS-20 Mini, we've done the ARP Odyssey, and these projects were all about referencing the past and keeping synthesizers alive and the history of synthesizers alive. At the same time, I've always been interested in doing something that was completely new, that didn't hinge on a historical giant, 30, 40 years ago. So here it is. It's the Minilogue. It's a brand new synth that's been built from the ground up. None of the circuits are based on any past synths, and it's a full-voice polyphonic synth, $499 street price, and here it is. The architecture itself is pretty standard, so the idea was to build something that was new, but at the same time not alien, so something that people could kind of feel at home with. So the structure here, you have two VCOs, you have the mixer with the noise generator, one low-pass filter, two EGs, one LFO, and a delay on the end. So the structure itself is very standard. But what we've done is I've added a lot of kind of modulation capabilities, so you can start working with the spectrum before you start getting into the EGs and the filter. And this is really important if you have a polyphonic synth and you want to play chords that really kind of blend together nicely and don't kind of fight over the spectrum. Which is why we've added shape to each of the standard waveforms. We've also got cross modulation, oscillator sync, ring modulation. So there's for a synth of this size, there's a lot going on in the oscillator section. The filter, you can switch between a 4-pole and a 2-pole. It's the 4-pole actually has a very clean resonance. Again, for polyphonic playability, you need something clean, and you want the chords to harmonize very nicely over each other. And the rest is pretty standard actually. The EGs, you have one for the amp, one for all the rest, LFO, and a delay. And of course, because we have 4 voices, we've got these 8 voice modes where you can assign how the voices interact with each other. So you can have polyphonic playability, you can stack them all up together to get like a very fat unison sound. You can have duophonic, you played chords. The mono mode lets you use the other voices as sub-oscillators, 1 and 2 octaves below the played note. And we have some other interesting things like sidechain, where new notes kind of suck out the volume of old notes. So some few new ideas thrown in, and some very kind of standard old ideas in there as well. Yeah, well, the delay cell itself is a digital one. So a digital IC would actually delay the signal, but the feedback and the high pass that is in the feedback are all done in analog. And because it's a very kind of it's quite a gritty delay, so it's got that kind of tape delay, BBD-like kind of edge to it as well, which is very nice to work with. The standard ones, poly, you have 4-note polyphonic playability. Duo is two voices stacked up on each other. You can obviously change the detune. We have Unison, which is 4 voices all playing the same note. Mono, like I said, is a monophonic mode, but you can use voices 2, 3, and 4, 1 octave and 2 octaves below the played note. Chord, you play chords with 1 finger. You can choose out of 14 chords which chord you want to play. The delay is quite a strange one. It staggers the triggers of the 4 voices. So with very short delay times, you can get that kind of quite a kind of zappy, edgy attack effect. For longer settings, you can get a more kind of rhythmical effect that works really nicely with the sequencer. The ARP is an ARP again, with different types, and the sidechain, as described earlier, is a mode where new notes take away the volume of older notes, so you get that kind of sidechain comping, ducking kind of effect. The idea for us about, the reason why we kind of started analog back in 2009 was to make synthesizers more exciting again, was to kind of give synthesizers back to kind of normal musicians, not just kind of synth geeks and people who buy really expensive secondhand stuff. So it's great that this is receiving so much attention, there's so much buzz about it, and I hope loads of people get to make great music with it.